welcome back to Conversations with
Chris
and Crystal.
Today we're going to talk about weight loss.
Yes. So talking about weight loss and weight loss clinics and people that are supposed to, but you said you couldn't figure out which one it was.
Yeah, there's this one, you see it on TV all the time. They're like, oh, I lost 70 pounds with whatever the name of the thing is. And then you go to their website and it's like, oh, here's our pills for $50 a month. You can lose weight. It'll help you and blah, blah, blah. But those pills never work.
I'm allergic to everything. I can't. I actually look them up very often and look at their ingredients, and it's like, no, not happening. I know I'm allergic to most of the stuff in them. My favorite was the clinic that I went to is considered, I think for 8 years in a row, probably 9 years now, they're the best weight loss clinic in town. And when I went in, the first thing he said to me, the doctor said to me was, we are not a cookie cutter business here. We tailor it to you. So when I became allergic to the prescription meds that he was giving me, it was holding my sinuses from draining. And then as soon as I stopped taking them, they would just drain and drain and drain and drain. And so then I'd start taking them again, and it just went back and forth, back and forth. So I went in and I said, well, I appear to be allergic to your meds, so what can we do? And he said, well, we'll give you your money back for whatever you have left, and you can just go away. Because apparently it is a cookie cutter
it's
business.
not tailored, apparently.
No. The most tailoring was they were using the blood type diet.
Oh, so if you're type A, it's that.
Right. So that's as customized as
that's a gimmick too. It's always a gimmick. Oh, if you eat nothing but protein, you'll lose weight. Oh, if you eat nothing but vegetables, you'll lose weight. And it doesn't work.
It doesn't.
None
of
it works.
It really doesn't. And I had to come up with the crystal diet because I'm allergic to so many things.
Oh, we should sell that. Act now and get the crystal diet for only $49.95 a month.
How about $495 a month?
Hey, I didn't say it was $49.95.
Why even do it? Yeah,
it could be $4,000.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Well, I literally, in fact, I got to the point where my friends would say, "Oh, well, Crystal, if you come over, what can we make for you? If you come, when I go out of town, what food can we get for you?" And I had so many things. I have so many things that I'm allergic to that they said, what can you eat? And I did make a list. I actually have stuff that I actually can eat, believe it or not. And I started throwing that at them. Then, I can eat this and this and this and this and this. And they're like, oh, okay. I think they were starting to feel that I couldn't eat anything at all. So I had to clear that up. But definitely vegetables, protein. I have noticed a difference with proteins, especially when I gave, I tried to give up sugar. I'm not doing real well at that, sorry. Sugar and carbs for a time. You really, I don't believe that you can stay off of them forever. I don't think that's a good idea.
You cannot cut out one aspect of your diet for very long. It may work for you for a little while, but it's not going to work forever.
Come back,
and your body needs certain things.
It does. It really does.
I mean, arguably, you could cut out meat. I lived as a vegetarian for 10 years, and I was fine. But don't feel like, I have to give up meat or I'm going to not be able to lose weight, because it's not true.
It's not true. I have found, I tried to do that too, because people were saying, oh, you're, blood type A, so you should be a vegetarian. And, that didn't work. No. Well, unless you're supposed to eat sugar with it, because I needed the protein for energy because I didn't do the sugar.
I did sugar when I wasn't vegetarian. The only thing I did cut out was the meat. Yep. I ate the cheese. I cannot live without cheese.
I know, me either.
I ate ice cream. I have no problem with that kind of stuff, it's been a tough road, and I've had to really. Then there are programs that don't believe in exercise, and there are programs that's all they believe in. It goes back and forth, back and forth. And I do find that I need some kind of exercise to strengthen my body and my core and be able to do, things that I do, and lifting and shifting and moving furniture and whatever else I might still need to do. Need that little bit of energy. When I was in high school, our health teacher, he was a heavy set man himself, and he said, if you want to gain weight, eat more. You want to lose weight, eat less.
I mean,
that's profound.
so I mean, well,
is true.
basically, it's true. You know, eat a little bit less than you normally would, and move a little bit more than you normally would. You know, more exercise, a little less food. I mean, yeah, here I am talking about that when I'm not in any kind of shape. But I mean,
Neither am I. Well, maybe that's why we can talk about it, because we
know
that
what we
know.
need to do.
Yeah.
We just
Don't do it.
Well, and you know, you get busy, and then
Yes.
it's like you're so tired.
Yeah, and that's what my girlfriend said. I had the bad taste too. She did the HGH diet, human growth hormone.
Oh,
So she did that, and she looked really good, and I can't remember how many pounds she lost, but then it all came back. And then we were looking at a girlfriend of ours together. She said, "Can you believe she's lost 80 pounds?" She was doing the same diet, and I kind of looked at her and I said, kind of sheepishly, I said, "Well, you did that," and she said, "Yeah." And I said, and so here I am trying to be as kind as I can. I said,
what happened?
"What happened?" And she said, "Life." I said, "I'm using that one.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, because that's exactly what it is.
And
Life
it's true.
happens." Yeah.
I mean, you have a husband that you have to, you know, do all kinds of things to.
Yep. Take care of him.
Yeah,
He's older.
And me, you know, I'm being a teacher now. It's like I come home, I'm like,
Yeah, you're just drained from what everybody wants from you and takes from you, whether you realize it or not. And it's really difficult. And it is. I will have to agree with that. The one thing that I did, it's got to be 20 years ago now, which I always end up going back to on many different levels, is a Way Down workshop. And I'd love to, you know, we could probably go into that more in another time. But hers is actually, now they're calling it intermittent fasting. Same thing. It's the same. She did the same thing, and hers was based on the Bible. Hers was based on, are you listening to God about your weight? Because that's something we don't go to God with and say, "God, help me with my weight," because we think that's our own problem.
yeah. Well, actually, it's funny you say that because I said recently I decided I'm not going to
Right.
stress out about it anymore. I'm going to put it all in God's hands.
Yeah.
And if He wants me to lose the weight, He will show me how I need to do that, and I will do it. And if He's okay with me being
Yeah.
what I am,
Yep.
then I'll.
Then we'll just go from there. Absolutely. So that was a big aspect of it, and I think we'll have another video on that, and I can share with you some of the input. I've done it twice. It lasted 10 years at one point.
I really liked what she was telling me one time about the famous Amos cookies.
Oh God, yeah, that's how I started. Yeah,
Because this lady, she said, it's not what you eat.
yeah.
So
It's when
what,
you eat,
yeah, and your body, whatever it's craving, give it to it. But
What?
it's how you eat it. You were, how you told me with.
Oh
the
yeah. So
cookies.
what? It was so cute because she says it takes 15 minutes for your blood sugar to change when you eat something to let your body know that you're full. So imagine how fast you can eat a whole plate of food. I mean, I know because I timed it. She said, "Don't time it," but I did because I'm analytical like that. I had to know. And I could go over to Denny's and have a Grand Slam breakfast and eat it in 9 minutes. So by the time you get to 15 minutes, you're stuffed. So the idea is to eat slower, take your time, or in my case, what I did with the famous, when I create on the computer, I eat. I'm going like this constantly, and I discovered that through this program because she said, pay attention to what you're doing. And I would literally have like 9 bags, empty bags of these, from a vending machine of famous Amos cookies all around me, and I'd be like slapping them, going, "Is there any more cookies? Where are they?" And I thought, wow, I need to stop doing that. So when I decided to eat on this diet in the beginning, because again, you find that your body's actually eating fat, and you can't really eat a lot, and your stomach shrinks, and yada yada. But anyway. So I would eat a quarter of the little tiny cookie.
She's like,
yeah, take a little quarter of that cookie, put that down, and then I had a timer, of course, on the computer, and I was working on the computer, and I would watch it for 15 minutes. And very often I was still hungry, so okay, we're going to eat another quarter of this little tiny cookie.
you know, and do that. And I did that for, oh my gosh, because I loved Famous Amos cookies. I did that, and then eventually you get full. Usually one cookie or two was enough. And I did that for months, and I think I started at the end of September. By the first week in December, I had lost 15 pounds, and I was doing a play, and I had bought all the clothes months before,
And they didn't.
and they were getting too big. And I remember the director saying, I told her, I said, "Oh my gosh," I said, they're too big. They're just starting to get too big." And she said, "Okay, that's it. We got to get this show done before we lose Crystal."
There's a big pile of clothes. Where are you in there?
Yes. In fact, I had a bathrobe in that play, and I swear, I looked at myself on film, and I went, "Oh my goodness, I look like I'm wearing a sleeping bag," because it was just like wrapped around me like 3 times. I'm like, "Oh man, this is so embarrassing."
I think we should do that.
What?
We should do that.
Way down workshop?
Yeah.
I would love to. Yeah, we definitely could do, because there was so much, you do it in groups, and that was the amazing part, was learning from the other women in the group, how they were doing on it, what was happening, what they were thinking about, how they felt about it. You can buy her videos on Way Down Workshop.
Well, I was thinking we could do the crystal diet with the Famous Amos cookies and just do it that way. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Her idea is you can eat anything that you want to eat within, in moderation, and between fullness and hunger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that you don't eat in between there. And
Oh, what was that one thing you told me too? Was that with this where you looked in the Bible?
oh, that's right. That's right. The very first day, actually the second day. Let me tell you the first. Well, no, see, we got to do this video. But anyway, yes, what happened was, because, like I said, it's a Christian program. She said, when you feel like you're hungry, it might be head hunger, it might be stomach hunger. Sorry, but you need to find out what it is. So open the Bible anywhere, just stick your finger in there and read what it says. And I had brought my Bible to work with me for that specific purpose, and I did it. And the verse I hit was "Taste of the Lord, for He is good," and I knew this was the program for me. And I learned so many other things from that program about hearing from God and listening, and really getting really in tune. So that'll be an exciting video to go through, talking about that program, and then some of the tidbits that I learned going through that. So,
All right.
alrighty.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say.
I think there's something else to say. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, remember,
Yes.
take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself,
because
because nobody else will.
We'll see you next time.
Bye for now.